Hello. So today we will be trying to cover a new chapter called combining result set. So you cannot find anything with this name in Google, but I am giving this name as a combining result set because of I will try to combine the results of coming from different queries, and I will try to combine them together. So okay, let me share my screen first. So uh, let me go to the new query, and we created a database in last class called BW in short, binary world kind of thing, and one table called students, what I can remember. So let me take a look what we have done. So yeah, student table is being displayed in the pane, object pane. So yeah, so and if you face any doubt over the last class, you can reach out to me in the comment section, or you can even send me a mail as well. You can get all the details how to connect to me in the description of this video. So if I check, okay, and the database was BW. Okay, so we will check gradually. Means we are not going to cover any syllabus. We are not going for any interview. We will just learn SQL by our heart, actually. So that is our means target. Means as much as we can learn the SQL. So yeah. So this was our table. What we have done last day. So we will start again our class from here. So if I want to check some tables from other database, what we can do. So we have multiple databases created here for multiple other classes. So suppose let me choose this database, INTL, and we can get many tables. Let me take this one. We simply can drag it out here. So this is the table we want to see. So how to check a table from a different database? If you simply write select star from this, it will not going to work. It will say this table is not uh, available in our database, that is BW, because we are working in a BW database. But if I want, because it is currently in INTL database, so how can I check that? You just need to mention the database name at first of the table name. So now if you check, it is going to give you the table sitting inside the database BW. So someone may ask, what is the use of these brackets? These brackets are not doing anything. So why these brackets are being used? Like suppose I am creating one table with name table. So if you want to run that, it might create some problem. Look, it has already given some error here. So, but still, if this is the requirement, I need to create a table with name table. So you can give a bracket thing like this. Suppose if I want to create a table name create, what will happen? You have to give a bracket like this. So for that to have those odd names inside, you can give something like this. Even if you want to choose a table name with a space inside, means uh, suppose students table, the name should be something like this. If you do not give this bracket, it cannot be created. So kind of this you can use, means this kind of odd names you can use if you use the third brackets. So anyway, that is not my purpose to show today. So let me run both of these tables. I'm not going to create any more new tables because you already know how to create the table, how to insert the values inside. So I'm just running two queries simultaneously. Look, these two tables are giving some data, but in two different grid. What does it mean by grid? So first query is giving the result in the top, and second query here. It is a different query, different result set. But if I want to combine these two result sets into one, how can we do that? Obviously, it will cannot be punched. But still, if I try to do that, suppose the fields are pretty different here. We have gender here. Okay, no, we have the gender. We do not have marks here. We have something like city here, but still, if I want to merge. So there is two condition. Number of columns in top query and in the below query should be same. And the type of the column should be same. Say, I can write something like SNAME from DBO student, and I want to choose states. And here as well, I can choose SNAME from the below table and the city. And if you write union in between, union all, that means it will union both the tables data, SNAME and SNAME states with SNAME city. Take a look. Okay, sorry. I should run the whole query. Yeah, look, everything has been given. Why it is successful? Because we have number of columns are same. Both the query is having two columns or two fields. Similarly, both of them is having the same data type. It is a text, it is also a text. It is a text, it is also a text. So by default, the name will be something like what we have in the first query. But if you do not like states, you can give like location. Even you can give it like location. You can give any name. So this query will give a header like location. Yeah. Okay. But what will happen if I give role here? Role is basically integer. So states and integer cannot be combined. So it will give an error. Look, it is giving something like Florida to data type int is not possible. So how can I match both of them? So it will give an error. So the condition is the number of columns should be same and the type of the column should be same. Means it should be either text, all of them in a row, or it should be integer, or it should be numeric, kind of that. But it is not like we cannot use role anymore. Let me use role here. And if you use the same thing here, you can use that. Both the data type, if it is same, then you can use both integer type of. Means it should be same, it should match, so that SQL Server can combine them. Look, it is the data set. Okay. So suppose, let me do something like, okay, if I want to compare roll plus 100 from the first table, so 1 will become 101, 2 will become 102, 3 will become 103, kind of that. I want to use that. Let me do that. Yeah. So it is giving the correct result. So now I want to give it a name like ID kind of thing. So here it will be displayed as ID. So I can do that. I can combine multiple columns. Even I can introduce some new column like age. Here as well, age. Even it is not necessary that you have to match age with age. You can match role with age as well, because age is also integer. So you can match anything. SQL Server will never know what you are trying to combine. Whatever you are doing, it will just show the output in the screen. That's all. But the two condition it will impose, that I have already told, like the number of columns should match and the type of the column. So anyway, we will not do something weird. So let it be like role, and in the first query it is role plus 100. So if I delete SNAME now, so if I run the query again, it is giving 18 result. 10 is from our table, this 10, and these values are coming from the second table, that is coming from another database I have created sometimes. Okay, so these two is basically combining the data. But if I remove all, so what it will do, it will just delete, or it will just not delete, I will say it will not display the duplicate one. In the result set, you are not going to see 18 result anymore. You can see we have 18 result, 18 values. So duplicate values will be removed. Duplicate as in, look here, 101 is duplicated. Then again, 102, we have two values. 100 is just one value, but 103, we have two values. So these duplicate values will be removed. It will show only the unique values. Let me take a look. Yeah, look, the unique values are being displayed. We have only 11 unique values here. Roll plus 100 and roll. Even you can do the same for other queries as well. Like I can use something like age, and I can use age here as well. So if you write union all, it will give age from the first table and age from the next table. Look, here we have 10 records. So in the table, if we write select star from DBO student, we have 10 records. So this is 10, and this is coming from the second table. I have to manually check if there is any common values or not. Yeah, I can see. Look, 17 is in that present in the second table as well, in the first table as well. So let me take a look. If I remove all, so it will only going to give me the unique values. Look, yeah, it is pretty less. Only 8 records are coming. So if I do union, so the duplicates will be removed if you use union. So that is a common interview question as well. So what is the difference of union and union all? You can do it. I will just suggest do it by yourself in your database. And obviously, if you face any doubt, just paste the query in the comment section and I will take a look. Even you can send me a mail as well. So union, and after that, if I do intersect means it will give only the common parts between the two tables. The common parts means only common parts between the two tables is 17 and 20. So it will just give us the common part. It is also matching with the set theory. If you can remember, if any one of you loves mathematics, so it is something related to the set theory as well. Suppose we have A data set and we have another data set as B. So this common part is being called as intersection, and union means the everything. Okay, union all means everything. This common part will come twice, and union means just these two circles without the common part 2 times. The common part will occur for 1 times only. So now the next thing what we will check, it is except. What does it mean? Sorry, what am I doing? Except. Excepts means it will be something like A comma B. What does it mean? A comma B means it will it will just not take this value. It will just take this kind of data. Means the full set of the pink data except the part which is common between these two. So here, if you take a look, in intersect, we got 17 and 20, that is common. If I run this query, the first query dbo.student, it will give me all the result, including 17 and 20. Look, 20 is present, 17 is present. But if I run this query, except the values coming from the second table. So 17 and 20 is also present in the next table. So it is not going to show me the data from the next table. Just a minute. Okay, except it will be not accepts. So yeah, look, it is not going to show the other values like 17 and 20. So if I take a look the distinct values here, then it will be more clear, I guess. We have only 5 values: 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So it is not going to show the data which is also present here in the common part. I mean, in the common part. So it will what is there in the common part? Let me take a look. In the common part, the two values were 17 and 20. So, and here in this table, we have only 5 values: 17, 18, 19, 20, and 21. So 17 and 20 is a part of in the common data section. So it will not be displayed. Only 18, 19, and 21 will be displayed in the final result set. So let me delete the distinct. We have already learned what does it mean in the last class. So, okay. So if I run the query, you are going to see only 3 different values, which lies in this pink area, not in the common part. So it means this. You can also do something like age from Intel students something like this, and as well as from dbo.student. You can also do something like this. So it will give the full green part, not from the common part. It will only show the data lies in the green part, 23, 25, 30 only. It will also not going to show 17 and 20 because it lies in the common part. So that is the idea of except, intersect, and union. You can combine the result from two different data sets in one place. So that is the idea. Apart from that, we can also follow some other way, like we can use some queries like something like here, select star from, I want to know the details of the person who got the highest mark. So let me check who got the highest mark in our table. Let me check. In our table, the highest marks is 90. The Maria got 90 in our table. So, but if I do not know who got the highest marks, or even the question is who got the lowest marks, how can I check? So I can give, first I can give like where marks equals to 90. If I write that, it will give me the details of Maria. But again, it is something like, how can I know the highest marks is 90? So I need to manually check. So here, out of this 10 data, it is possible. But in your real database, you are going to have few thousands or few millions of the data. So what you can do in that case? Should we go for a manual check? It is laborious, and it will never be advised to go for a manual check. So here, instead of 90, I can write a query. Just put a bracket because this query should be executed first. So I can give something like select max mark from student. Instead of giving 90, I can place this query or DBO student, anything. You can skip DBO as well. So if I run this query inside bracket, it will going to give me 90. Sorry. It is going to give me 90. So it will be treated like the sub query. So now if you run the full query, it is going to give me the details of the Maria. So now if anyone asks me what is who got the minimum marks, I can simply write min marks here. I do not need to check manually. If I run the query, you can see Jacob got the minimum marks. If the question comes like who got the marks greater than the average marks of the class, so just marks greater than and choose here the average marks. So if I run the query, first check, let me check what is the average marks in our table. So the average marks is something like 72.08. Now, if I run the full query, the people who got marks greater than 72 will be displayed. So these are the 5% who got greater than the average mark. So these are the use of the subquery. So subquery can be used instead of a number. Here, these values, this highlighted part is giving basically representing a data, something like this, 72 point something, I forgot, 8008, something was there. So it is, this subquery is replacing a particular value, if I say. So it is replacing a particular value. Even you can replace, this subquery can replace a table as well. What does it mean, a table? Sounds weird. So, but still, let me take a look. I can use it instead of select star from. Instead of writing any table name, any random table name, I can give a bracket and I can use a subquery and use that subquery as a table. Let me take a look. I can write select star from dbo.students, as well as I can do something like union select star from, I'm taking a table from another database. What was the name? Okay, something like that. So if I run this query, okay, it should not run because the count of column is different. Let me give some random thing, its name age, and here as well row less name age, because count and type should match. So there are some problem, both the tables are not identical, so that's why it was not giving the result when I'm doing union. So if I execute the result, it is giving the result in a good format. We have altogether 18 records, I guess. Yeah, 18 records. I can see 18 rows. So I can treat it as a table. Just I need to give a name of this table, say TB. Something, you can give anything. So this will be treated as a table. Look, you can do anything in this table, like select star from the table TB. Now you can use where, you can use any query like where roll less than 5 or roll greater than 105, something like that. You can wish to see, you can do anything. This part will be treated as a table. So it is something like select star from TB where roll greater than 5 and something like that. Even you can get the maximum or average thing here, average age you can choose. So anything you can do. Just you have to treat it as a table. If you run the query, this query result will be treated as a new table. But in general, it is not going to create any physical table in the database. We are just assuming it as a table, but physically there will be no such table in this BW database. Okay, so this is the another use of subquery. So even we can store, if you want to store any sort of data into the database on temporary basis, you can use temporary tables. What does it mean? What does it mean by temporary tables? Suppose you want to store this data inside any table. Suppose let me start with this. Suppose you want to store, let me start with a simple query. If you want to store any set of data into temporary tables, then first run the query, see the result. Okay, I want to hold this data somewhere in my database. So I can write a table name. Table name means I can give a table name like average students or something, some name, any name. Even I can give some my name as well. So if I run this query, 5 rows has been expected. In any query, before from, if you write into and some table name, that table is going to be created in the database in physically. If I refresh the table, okay, let me go to the tables. It will show dbo.devabrata. If you're going to run this query once again, it will show an error because it cannot create the table back. If I write something like devabrata1, and if I run the query again, this table will be created again in the database. So any query, any type of query, if you first select and before from, if you put into a table name, so that table is going to be created as well as the value will be inserted. Let me show you. If I write select star from dbo.devabrata and same select star from dbo.devabrata1. So these are the physical tables. So let me take a look. The table has been created automatically and quickly, and even the data has been inserted. Same here, Devabrata1. So if I want to drop this table, I want to show you the query as well. So it will be drop table, the table name, even here, it will be drop table name. So I do not need these physical tables because it will take some space and there is no such use of these physical tables. Okay, so I just, okay, same here. Here you are writing select star from a complicated table. This can be used, whatever we have learned in the last class, we can use it there as well. I will show you. But let me start with let me show you something in the complicated query like this. So it is giving a good result. So if you want to store this data somewhere, just write before from, just write the final from, means this is the final result set. Here we have another from from clause, but if you write here, it is not going to store anything. In the final data, in the final from, if you write something like dbo dot again deba guha, something like this, if I run this query, sorry, into clause is missing, into some table name before from, that is going to be stored in a table, physical table. If I refresh the table, let me show you, a new table called Deb Guha is being created in the database. Let me delete this as well. I do not require this. So in front of any query, if you place that, so I can write something, select star from dbo.student, where, sorry, I missed the dot, where where gender equals to female. So the simple query that we have done last day. So this is a query. If I want to insert that into some table called binary, dbo.binary world or binary, say. So if I, okay, binary is a keyword, look, it is in blue, so I can use this bracket to avoid such confusions. So if I want to store this data as well, the simple query that has been learned in the last class, I can also use into the table name before from. So this is going to store in the database in physical format. The physically table will be stored. But if I do not, okay, first let me delete, otherwise it will be occupying some place. So there is no use of that. Let me delete. Okay. So now, if I want to store it for temporary basis, I do not want it to be there throughout the lifetime. I just need it to be created for just few minutes. Okay, until I am working in the SQL server, I just want to be created until that time. Whenever I will close this SQL server and turn off my machine, that table should be gone. So in that case, you have to create something like hash, and you can give any name like Deba. Hash means it is going to be created as a temporary table. You cannot see it here. First, let me run this. Okay, first let me delete this. First, let me check what is there inside the query. What is the output of this query? So it is going to show me few records, 5 records. So I want to somehow store this data somewhere. So I can place a into something, into any name before the from clause. So if I run this query, and it is going to create it. Let me refresh these tables now. You cannot see this temp table here because by default, this temp table is being created. It is a theoretical question in TempDB, but you do not need to know where it is being actually created. So I will just going to show you how it behaves. So now if I want to see the data inside, select star from hash deba, you will be able to see the data inside. But if I use this table in some other query pane, you are not going to see the data. It will be telling the table doesn't exist, because temp table exists. The scope of temp table is the current query pane, or you can say the current means the current place where you are running the you have created the data. So hash deba cannot be seen from other query pane, from the other session, I will say. So the scope of this temporary table is this session only, this query pane. Okay, I can also create a global hash table as well. Let me create with the same query. I can create a global hash. So say double hash and Guha. So it is being called as global temporary table. You can use any name, but if you give double hash, it will be a global temporary table. If I execute the query, look again, 5 data is being there. Let me take a look. What is the type of data, if everything is right or not. Let me write Guha. So it is also a temporary table. Yeah, I can see the data. But for global temporary table, you can see the data from different session. If I run this query, it will be coming from a different session. But if I close this connection somehow, suppose I disconnect and connect again, so the data will be disappeared. Whenever I close the SQL server, the connection will be off, the data will be disappeared. So that is the rule of global temporary table. Okay. So any doubt you can write me in the comment section. Okay, so what else we can do? What else we can do today? We are good to go, I guess. Okay, we can also do something like how to uh, manipulate the data. How to manipulate the data means, or okay, let me show you something else. Like it is not like I always for union and for this thing I have to use some table from the different database or some different tables. We can also use something like the last query I will be showing. Select star from dbo.student. I can modify this table something like I can use role, its name, I can use age plus 10, say, and I can make it for where age greater or where gender equals to male, something like that, some weird kind of thing, some query. It will give me some result like this. Okay, so I can put it inside another query and I can treat it like a table. So we can use it in any way, actually. I can use it like TB kind of this. Okay, so you can use anything. Okay, so here, okay, important thing, yeah, that I was going to miss. Okay, so it is saying that column name, no column name was specified for the column 3 of TB. So why it is going to show this? So let me run this query. So look, for the third column, it is not giving any name. So if you do not mention any name, it is not going to create, it is not going to treat it as a table. So I can give like a future age after 10 years or something like this. So now let me run this query. It is giving a good values and good column name. So now it can be treated as a table. And you can do anything out of it. You can write I need maximum of future age, because it is now behaving like a table. You can write minimum of future age. You can do anything. Okay, whatever we have learned last day, you can do that. So just execute this table. Yeah, this is your result. So you can get the exercise in our Facebook page, and that the exercise name is combining data set. You can go to that and you can take a look. You can solve the exercise. Okay, let me show you. So if we go to our group, Binary World Computer Science class, if you go to media, if you go to albums, so in albums, you can see one exercise I have already shown you last day, but still SQL exercise basic. So we have already completed, I guess, starting SQL. If you face any doubt over that, you can reach out to me. We can go to the chapter 2 here. So chapter 2 is all about the combining result set. You can see some table structure. First, you have to create that. And after that, you have to solve this query. Okay, so that is the thing you need to do. Okay, fine, I guess. Yeah, so if you face any doubt or anything, you can come back to me. Okay, so bye for the day.